Hey guys, what is going on? This is car number 5, and today I just want to give you guys some market tips now. Disclaimer, I'm not the best in the market. I never said I was. And I'm honestly, compared to a lot of people, I don't really put as much time into it because I can get a lot of my stubs in BR and in Challengers Week. However, that is not applicable for everybody. Or, some people don't like to earn stubs that way or whatever. Some people just don't like playing BR. I honestly don't like playing it that much anyways. But anyways, I want to go over some basic market tips. Now, this isn't going to be like every other video. Oh, focus on this player, just look for big gaps and you're good, you're golden. I want to kind of give you guys a tool, a resource that's going to help you in the long run, but it's going to take a little bit of analysis on your own part. Now, there is no one way to just make stubs. I've had a lot of people ask me that. There's just no one set way. The best flippers, these guys have an open mind. They know what's going on. This is like a real life marketplace, guys. They know what's going on. Everything affects the market. Whether, like we're supposed to get this big compensation package, that's going to have an effect on the market. Potential upgrades and downgrades also have an effect. But that's more about, I mean, that can affect flipping, by the way, but we're not really talking about long-term investments in this video. We're going to talk more about short-term investments, aka kind of flipping. So, you've seen a lot of videos, look for good gaps, and then just focus on flipping them. Like right now, Syndergaard, oh, he's got a pretty decent gap. Does he really? So you also have to include the 10% tax. So he would be about, 1,000 or 10,000 that you would lose on him. And it wouldn't even really be that much. You might get a little bit, but you still might get like 5,000 or 6,000. But this is a risky flip right now, and I can kind of show you guys why later. But you can look at those gaps, and that is a good way to start, but I'm going to give you guys a better tool and resource. So actually what you guys want to do, first I do want to show you guys one thing real quick that they introduced this year, and it is good information. Marketplace trends, that's great information. It kind of shows you how active the marketplace has been, and you can kind of look at the dates of the correlation tied to that. But I'm going to give you guys a better tool, and it's actually made by the dev team or whatever, their website, theshownation.com. So we'll go ahead and switch over there, and I want to show you guys a few things on that website. Alright, so you guys can see I'm already logged in. You log in the top right with your PlayStation information. Then you would go to Market, and then you would go to Community Market. Alright, so I had Joey Votto up there. We can use him as an example later. But first, we can go ahead and look at Syndergaard. He's got a decent differential in his buy now and sell now, and we can see if that is actually a good investment or not. Alright, so what you want to do is you search for the player, and then you want to go down to these marketplace stats. So there's minimum, maximum, average, median, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So minimum obviously is the lowest bid they've been sold, and this is based on the last 50 complete sales, not of all time, which I think is a little bit more useful information, because in the last 50 he has been sold for at minimum 88,000, and the maximum has been all the way up to 118,000. Alright, so average, again, if you guys have taken basic statistics in high school or college, you guys should know what this stuff is. I'll go ahead and explain it to you anyways. Average would be a sum of all the bids, against the last 50 bids, and you just divide it by 50, and that would give you the average. The median's a little bit different. It pretty much places the numbers in a numerical order, and so whatever number is in the middle, that would be the median. Unless there's two numbers in the middle, you would just add them together and divide by 2. That would get your median. Median and average, pretty similar. They're not always exactly the same. As you can see, there's a big difference here. Which one to rely on more? I would honestly go with average, because it's usually, in my opinion, a little bit more stable. Median, I don't know. I don't want to get into basic statistics class or anything for you guys, but I mean, these are two good things to look at. But you can see there's a huge gap here, so just kind of be careful what you're dealing with and know the difference between the two. I mean, not one's better than the other. Quarter 1, I think that was based off there hasn't been 3 quarters in the season. I don't really understand that, but quarter 1 would be like, I guess, the first part of the the game cycle. I'm not sure how they're doing this exactly, but just keep in mind this was earlier in the game's life cycle, and quarter 3 is more relevant to what's going on right now. So basically, so the minimum for 88,000, and if we look at his sell now, would be 97,000, which does fall under the average and median. So it wouldn't be a terrible a terrible investment. This is also talking about if you just want to buy him for your team, not necessarily to flip, but this is a good way if you do want to flip, guys. And the maximum was 118, so he is around the maximum right now, about 113. So is it realistic you're going to be able to sell him for 113? I don't know. That's going to be kind of tough. I mean, this is going to be a risky investment dealing with almost 100,000 stubs. So I think this isn't really something you want to deal with. But you guys can see here, he is going for about his average right now based on the last 50 complete sells. So it's up to you guys. I mean, it is pretty risky. And ultimately, it is going to be up to you. I'm not going to tell you should do this, you should go focus on this player. That's not the purpose of this video. I just want to give you guys more resources and tools to help you guys in the market in the long term. Alright, so you can also look at the marketplace trends, which is also back on the back of the card. And you can kind of view correlations here. I mean, you also have to keep in mind, guys, a lot of things that affect the price is if they're playing or pitching that day with inside edge, and if they have a good game. A lot of people just go crazy. I don't understand it. Just be careful of that. You want to project things before they happen. You don't want to wait till the last second. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think somebody's going to go up, you want to do that way ahead of time, because if you do it late, at that time it's not even worth buying the card, in my opinion. It's too risky. So anyways, you can look at the marketplace trends, and you can see why he's going up. Is there some correlation there? Again, that's kind of on you to figure out, if he's had a good game, if he's doing well in real life, if people think he's going to go from gold to diamond, which he's already a diamond. So, and you also have to consider the fact they just released a rookie Syndergaard, which is also pretty good. So just want to give you guys some tools there. We can look at some other players. Some other players I like to use, for example, one that I've recently bought was Chapman. And this is, again, this is not only for flipping, but this is if you want to buy the player to complete collections. This is going to save you stubs, and saving stubs is, equivalent to making stubs, because if you save stubs, you still have stubs left over to complete other collections and team epics at that. So Chapman, I recently got for, let me actually check to see how much I got him for. Alright, so I recently got Chapman about 5 days ago for 63K, which in my opinion, I used this website for that information, which in my opinion, it was around the minimum, and it was way under the average in the median. As you can see here, again, this is based off last 50 sells. I'm not sure if this is exactly was part of the last 50 sells or not, but I got him for a pretty good deal in my opinion. I looked at this website, and if I was to flip him, I would have made probably 7,000-8,000 in stubs, but I wanted to get him just for the collection. So right now he's going for, how much is Chapman going for? Oh, he's going for 70,000 on the sell now and 75,000 on buy now. So if you look at the average and median, is that a good deal? I don't know, it's about average right now. But of course the 10%, is the gap big enough? No, it's not. So obviously it's not worth flipping. So ultimately what you guys want to do is you guys still want to look for good gaps, but you also want to check this website, look at their trends, look at their minimum and their average and their maximum on the last 50 sells. If you see that their current buy now is near, is near the maximum, don't get too excited, because it's probably going to go back down. But if you see somebody for around their minimum for the sell now, try to snatch it up. More than likely, that's a good buy. So, and this can work for anything. It doesn't have to be diamonds if you guys don't have a lot of stubs. We can look at some very popular silvers. Carter Caps might be a good example if we want to get some more data on him. Alright, so right now he's being sold for 605, which is under the average and the median, and it's not too bad. The maximum is around what the maximum is now. This is just talking about like 150 stubs. This isn't much. But yeah, it would be a good time to flip Carter Caps. There is a difference there. There's something there. So if you guys want to do focus on silvers, this is also something good to look at. But also one of the more important things for looking at flipping gold, silvers, and even diamonds, something I should have mentioned before, look at how many have been sold. So if we look at Carter Caps, he almost has 16,000 cards sold. But if we go look at another silver, if I can just think of one right now, let's go ahead and search. What's another silver? Let's see if I can think of one. Alright, just one off the top of my head. We can go with somebody like David Robertson, which you don't really see much in DD. But let's go and look at his details. Alright, so he's had about 15,000 sold. And what was that compared to Caps? David Robertson has about 15,000 sold. compared to Caps, who's had about 16,000 sold. So yeah, I guess David Robertson actually has been sold quite a bit more, but you can see there is a more demand for Carter Caps due to the higher price. But yeah, that is something to look at. You know, if a player is being sold a lot, that's something you can get into and make a lot of short-term flips. Yeah, it's going to take a while to earn stubs, but if you don't have very many stubs to begin with, you know, say you only had max 10,000, you could probably make 5 to 10,000 a day, you know, flipping silvers like this. If you got a lot more stubs, I recommend doing golds and diamonds, looking for those gaps. You know, come into this website, look at the trends, and look at their average, look at their minimum, and see if it's a good time to put a bid on them and try to flip. Anyways, guys, there's also more information on here. They also have their quirks. They, of course, you know, they have all the open orders right here, and you can put orders on the website. They have the last 50 orders right here. And they also have, look at that, there's a lot of data on here that you guys can use to your advantage. So if you guys like playing the marketplace and you're looking to make a few extra subs, I highly recommend using the ShowNation.com. So let me know if you guys have any questions on this. Again, I'm not giving you one direct way, so I know I probably will get some people that dislike this because they just want to earn something like that. It doesn't work like that, guys. It didn't really work like that last year, and it's not going to work that way again this year, since people know how to flip. You know, people are learning how to flip more and more. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. This is Car Number 5 signing out. Peace.